Well, it's about the cheapest Bowie knife you'd ever find anywhere. It's $10 from Bud K, Timber Rattler, made in Pakistan, of course. But for what it is, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. It's got a real leather sheath on it. And I'm going to say something else about the cheaper knives that you probably don't expect. It's good to get something like that as a spare. It's got the hardwood handle on it. The fuller, which is commonly referred to as the blood groove. I used to always call it the blood groove. I didn't know what a fuller was, to tell you the truth. In the military, they always called it the blood groove, and they stated the wrong reasons why it was there. But just to lighten the blade, it's got one that's all the way through the blade, just to lighten the blade. It is not that heavy. It's 15.5 inches overall, 10.5 inch blade. Now, I just want to say a couple more things. You might, if you're going to get some, like a lot of times when I get stuff on Bud K, they got these shipping specials. I don't know, $39, $50, whatever the hell it is, and free shipping. Depends. They run these specials if you buy enough, right? So a lot of times I'll buy something extra, just so I can go over to, so I can have the free shipping. Because shipping might be $8, so this was $10, so I spend an extra $10. Now what's cool, this was on back order, so when they shipped it, would they charge me $9.99? They didn't charge me $9.99 and $7 shipping or some crap like that. They lost money on that sucker when they shipped it. Okay, now I just want to say this: this Bolo, really cheap, made in the Philippines. It's silver because I painted it with some, I think it was chassis saver or something, but and it says Tremo. Oh, wait a minute, it's Brazil. I thought it was just. I think I had one. I don't know. I thought it was the Philippines. Tremotina, Brazil. I've used the hell out of this damn thing up in NTA, North Training Area in Okinawa, Japan. And $5, right? I know it's carbon steel, but some people would say those things are a piece of crap, it'll fall apart. The handle on it got slightly loose on it, and I have it wrapped up with friction tape. It's got a lot of use on it. I painted it because it was kind of rusty with that chassis saver, so it doesn't chip off there. The chassis saver is like, I think it stays on there better than powder coat, and you can see I used it after that. But see, somebody would say this $5 knife, it's a piece of machete, Bolo Machete, it's a piece of crap, and somebody would say that this Bowie for $10 is a piece of crap. Well, I don't know what kind of usage this thing would hold up under, but as long as you're not smacking rocks with it, and you're not hitting on this back spine with a steel hammer, especially with this open fuller, I don't think it's going to fall apart that easy. Okay, I mean, it's the hardwood handle is probably these are brass plated on here. This is brass plated. The hardwood handle is, I assume, is epoxied in there really good with a stick tang. So even the hardwood handle is giving a little more strength to the stick tang. It's well coated. It's got a little bit of a hump in the middle there. It grips your hand good. You can choke up on it like this. That's another good thing. For $10, it's great. Like I said, this thing for $5 is went through a lot of abuse. Now I notice it's carbon steel. It's probably made from I don't know, Chevy leaf spring material. I really don't know what the hell that's made from. Maybe this carbon steel and that will outdo the stainless in this. I don't know. But I could tell you one thing: if you're looking for a cheap knife, that let me say this: if you're Bud K's got these things where they free shipping depending on how much you buy, specials, right? So, but I'm going to tell you one knife I was really impressed with for $20, and I don't know, maybe they're still $20. This little thing, it's the M48 Tactical Commando, or Commando Tactical. And actually I put these little yellow things on here so extra secure. So you really can't pull that tab out by mistake if you're in a brush or something. This thing is made from Aus 8 stainless steel, which is pretty good stuff. I was pretty impressed with this damn thing for 20 bucks. The saw on it works fairly well. I was surprised. You know, not as good as a real camp saw, but about half the speed. Still saws. It's pretty thick, and I know made in China, but even though it's made in China, if it's Aus 8 stainless steel, that's pretty decent stuff, man. That is not bad stuff. I don't know what's in these Pakistan blades, but let me put it this way: if you don't abuse the crap out of this thing, it probably would hold up pretty well. And it is not that heavy. It's a fairly sizable knife. When you choke up on it, you can still put your hand like this and not slide forward, and you have your finger groove right here. The handle on it is about perfect, especially with this little, I always like this on the end where you can, you know, you don't slide off. It looks pretty. It's pretty much, you know, it's fairly impervious to the elements because this wood is really coated well. It's a hardwood. But 10 bucks, you can't beat it. You can't beat it. Again, you know, this thing's old. This thing has been used and abused a lot. And I can tell you, you know, I mean, I didn't smack rocks into it, but, well, I guess maybe probably see some little chips in there, maybe a little bit. But, you know, this came with a plastic sheath. This comes with a leather sheath. Not a bad sheath, actually. This was $5, and it still got used to it. I mean, I wouldn't trust it for, you know, life and death situations and stuff, but most people just go to camping and they're not in life death and situations, or they go in their backyard and they trim a couple of trees or something, or knock some roots out or something. Well, there you go. There you go. 10 bucks. And you know, if you're looking for something that's actually a quality knife for 20 bucks, this damn thing, I'm surprised. This is a hell of a lot of knife from, it's United Cutlery M48 Tactical Commando. This thing is actually a fairly damn beefy knife with, got the lanyard on the knife itself, the lanyard on the sheath, a lot of attachment points. Sheath ain't gonna fall apart. It's really impervious to the weather, but I'm very happy with buying that for 10 bucks. And like I said, they didn't have it in stock, and when it finally came in stock, you know, it gets shipped to me in its own box with all the packaging, well packaged, plastic, wrapped up in plastic, wrapped up in bubble wrap, and all that. You know, looks really nice shape, man. And they only charge $9.99. So this is model number TR88. It's called the Jungle Bowie timber rattler, and you know, it's freaking well worth the freaking 10 bucks. So, like I said, sometimes you want to keep something around. It's you know, sometimes you don't want to take something someplace that you might, somebody might steal it on you or something. If you lay it down or whatever, you know, less chance of, you know, like, I don't want anybody stealing anything from me, period. I don't care if it costs $5, but you know, if you get something like this and you got your $100 K-bar, you know, you drop your $100 K-bar in a lake or something, and you did that with this, say you're out on a boat or something, you had this with your extra large fishing knife or something. It does need a lot of sharpening, though, I can tell you that, though, because I've been trying to sharpen it with a pull-through machete sharpener, and it needs a lot of sharpening. But what do you want for 10 bucks, man? It's looks like it's pretty damn well constructed, and it looks good. It looks good. Fits the hand very well, and does come with a leather sheath. And again, you know, this $5 thing from Brazil, you know, I thought this was Philippines, but I guess Philippines is Bolos, you know, that's why I associate it with Philippines. But yeah, this thing went through like hell and back. This thing got a lot of abuse out of it. I used to keep it under the hood on my Jeep, on my, well, Suzuki SJ413. And you know, every time we're going through something, I had to cut through some trail or something, I'd pull this damn thing out, and the thing would chop. I chopped some, I used it like an axe basically. And for $5 it's still holding together. didn't crack or nothing. So I don't know, maybe this will be like that too, I'm not sure. But you know, as long as you're not smacking rocks with it, or you're not using a steel hammer to smack the blade with, you know, probably will hold up pretty well.